Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between lush green hills and sparkling rivers, there lived a humble farmer named Kofi. Kofi was known for his kindness and generosity, always willing to lend a helping hand to his neighbors. Despite his good heart, Kofi struggled to make ends meet. One day, while tending to his fields, Kofi stumbled upon a peculiar object buried in the ground. It was a beautifully crafted drum, adorned with intricate carvings and vibrant colors. Unbeknownst to Kofi, this was the magical drum of Tutuwa. That night, Kofi decided to play the drum. As soon as he struck the first beat, a mystical aura surrounded him, and a soft, melodious voice spoke.
I am Tutuwa, the magical drum. Make a wish, and it shall be granted.
Astonished but grateful, Kofi wished for a bountiful harvest to feed his family and the village. The next morning, Kofi's fields were overflowing with the most abundant and delicious crops anyone had ever seen. The village rejoiced, and Kofi shared his fortune with everyone, ensuring that no one went hungry. Word of the magical drum spread quickly, and soon people from neighboring villages came to Kofi, asking to use Tutuwa. Kofi, ever generous, allowed them to make their wishes. Some wished for good health, others for prosperity, and all were granted. However, not everyone had pure intentions. One day, a wealthy merchant named Kofi heard about Tutuwa and became consumed with greed. He visited Kofi and demanded to use the drum, promising great riches in return. Kofi, sensing Kofi's avarice, hesitated but eventually agreed, hoping that Kofi would use the wish wisely. Kofi, however, wished for endless wealth and power. The drum granted his wish, but with a sinister twist. Kofi's riches multiplied, but so did his greed and paranoia. He became obsessed with his treasures, isolating himself from everyone, and eventually lost his sanity. In contrast, a young orphan named Ama, who had always been kind and selfless, approached Kofi one day. She wished for a home and a family. Tutuwa granted her wish, and Ama found herself embraced by a loving family in the village, with a warm home to call her own. She grew up to be a beacon of kindness and generosity, much like Kofi. As time went on, the villagers learned to respect the power of Tutuwa. They realized that the drum's magic was not to be taken lightly, and that it rewarded those with pure hearts and punished those with selfish desires. Kofi too understood that Tutuwa was not just a gift but a test of one's character. One fateful day, the village was struck by a severe drought. Crops withered and water became scarce. The villagers, desperate and afraid, turned to Kofi and the magical drum for help. Kofi, knowing the drum's power, gathered the villagers and asked them to collectively wish for the well-being of their community. Together, they played the drum and wished for rain to save their village. As the drum beats echoed through the hills, dark clouds gathered and rain poured down, revitalizing the land and quenching the villagers' thirst. The village was saved, and the people rejoiced, having learned the true power of unity and selflessness. From that day forward, Tutuwa remained a cherished and respected treasure in the village. Kofi continued to guard the drum, ensuring that it was used wisely and for the greater good. The story of Tutuwa and its magical drum became a legend, passed down through generations, reminding everyone of the importance of generosity, the dangers of greed, and the lasting impact of one's actions. And so, the tale of Tutuwa lived on, a timeless reminder of the power of kindness and the magic that lies within a pure heart.